Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla, where I'm sharing my faith, encouraging you guys through God's word, and connecting with my fam. Welcome back to another episode. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna take not a break, but a pause from therapy session. And I wanted to do this one real quick. Just felt the need to do this one today for whatever reason. And I needed to get this sun going in the natural light because I cannot stand how it looks. Because that last video I did, believe it or not, that was at night, but with my ring light. And it just looks so dull, and it just looks like I live in a cave or something. I don't live in a cave. It gets good light. I just have to catch it at the right time. And I'm usually busy throughout the day, and then finally at night, or really it gets nighttime at 5:30. It's 4, so it gets dark quick, you know. This video is not about that. This video is about what God is teaching me in singleness. And I never would have thought I can say this, but I like being single. Like, I like it. Like, people, I like it. I don't know what other word. I'm enjoying it. Maybe that's a good word too, but I actually like it. And I like being here because a year ago at this time I wasn't content. I was praying for contentment, and now that it's come to fruition, and I prayed to God for that. That was my word of the year. Last year was contentment. This year is focus, but last year is contentment. And I was just praying throughout the year, and finally, like, it's here. And I'm just like, thank you, God. Like, that's so awesome. So yeah, I actually like it. And being in a place where you are content, I guess Pastor Mike Ty like to say, you can be picky. Because when I was lonely, I was kind of like, and I get lonely, you know, don't get me wrong. But when it was more of a, I really, really want somebody or whatever, you know, it was just, you know, give me anybody, God, that type of mindset. Now it's just like, if this is what you have to offer and it's not the standard, I'm good by myself. Like, that's how you know. It's like, wow, I have grown. God is working on me. Like, I would rather be fully devoted to him than even entertain what y'all are doing. So I just think that's cool. So let's jump into these points real quick. First point, Jesus is more than enough. We say something like that all the time, but we really don't say it all. So let me give an example. We say, Jesus is enough. Jesus is enough for you. Girl, guy, single person, Jesus is enough. Yeah, he's more than enough. He's abundance. He came so we can have an abundant life. He's not the minimum, or he doesn't meet you right here. He's more, like, so much so it overflows. So Jesus is way more than enough. I can thank him for. He's more than enough. I can even fathom or come up with the words to even say. He is way more than enough for anything I need or you need, single or not. Okay, next. Jesus is literally everything you've been searching for. And that's part of my testimony. I hate when I smack like that. It's so annoying. That's part of my testimony, is looking, searching, being thirsty for something, for affection, for intimacy, for attention, for validation, whatever it is. So many things for me. I don't know your testimony, but I was just searching. I was on a search. I was like, I'm thirsty. I need something to quench this thirst, because everything I'm sipping on, it runs out. Everything I'm sipping on is making me more thirsty. Isn't that funny? Everything I'm sipping on doesn't sustain. But then, I don't want to say I'm sipping on Jesus. When I gave my life to Christ and I start pursuing the Lord, it was like, bro, this is what you've been missing. This is what is going to satisfy you. This is it right here. And I don't ever want to let it go. I can't believe I ever wanted anything outside of Christ. This is full satisfaction and then some. So that's something I'm learning. Literally everything I was searching for, the love, the affection, the care, the notice me, pick me, care about me, listen to me. Jesus is everything that I have ever searched for and will search for. It won't satisfy you or make you happy. Only Christ satisfies. And God had to have that conversation with me a while back, you know, because I wanted a relationship. I still want to be someone's wife. I'm going to be somebody's wife. But still, I felt God asking me, what's going to change if you got a boyfriend? Back when I was like, God, I want a guy. He was like, what's going to change? Like, when you get a guy, then what? And I didn't want to say it, but it was truth. And he knows my heart and he knows what's in my head. Well, then I'll be happy. That's just it. A man won't make you happy. You're going to sin. You're not sinless. Brother John just said, you know, at Wednesday night service, when you become a child of God and you give your life to Christ, you're not sinless. You're blameless because Jesus has taken on that for you and you've been justified, but you're not sinless. So he was like, you know how you get irritated sometimes? You get frustrated. Sometimes you don't want to talk. Sometimes you're sleepy. The flesh in you, I'm like, ooh, yeah, we working on her, Lord. That he's going to be the same way. You don't get to pick what sins the God comes with. You don't get to pick what type of family issues he may have, what type of any issues, because we all have them, because we all live in this fallen world. You don't get to choose that. So when he was telling me that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to rethink this entire thing, because I'm thinking I want like another half is what they're teaching and putting everywhere. No, there is no other half. Jesus is everything I've been looking for. I need him forever. I need a strong foundation with him. And then when a God comes along, he needs a strong foundation with Jesus. And then we can walk alongside each other. We can't fulfill each other and we can't satisfy each other. So when God showed me that a man won't be able to satisfy you, do know that, right? Then I was like, oh, well, now what, God? Okay, now let's really start this sanctification process, because I understood that then and I understand it now. All right, next. Desiring marriage isn't wrong. Please stop telling us single people, the moment you stop wanting a husband, the moment you stop wanting a wife, God will bless you with it. That is not true. That might be your testimony. I'm sorry, I'm looking to see how much time I have, because, you know, I talk a lot. That might be your testimony. That might be what happened in your life and how God did it for you. But please stop telling us that. That is so far from the truth, because I am content right now and I don't have a boyfriend. So you can't tell people the moment you get content, then God will send it. I'm single. Or stop desiring marriage is what I wrote. You know, desiring marriage, you know, you're not satisfied in Christ. And I thought that, I was like, Jesus, please take the desire away, because that breaks my heart, you know, for me to put some before you. So just take it away, God. Take the desire away. So all I want is you. And he would not take the desire for marriage away. He just would grow, you know, he's growing my faith. He's just pruning me. I'm going through the sanctification process. I still have the desire for marriage, but Christ is a sinner and I'm running a race and I'm looking at him. So stop telling singles. And singles, if somebody tells you that, that's not biblical. Saying desiring marriage is wrong. You know, Paul did say it is better not to marry, because marriage has its own troubles and it comes with split affairs. It's like you have to focus on God and be devoted to God, but then you also have a spouse that, you know, you should be pleasing to. He said the man who, like, what did he say? The man who's a virgin or the man who isn't married is focused on one thing, pleasing the Father, being devoted to the Lord. But the man or woman who is married, you know, it's split. I'm trying to, you know, please the Lord, but then I have a spouse and then I have children. So that was just advice. Paul was just like, look, it's gonna come with trouble. I'm trying to save y'all from that, but it's not a sin to marry. So how is it a sin to desire marriage? And I'm just under the conviction, because I prayed for months and months, take it, God, take it, God, take it. Please take it. He didn't take it. I'm under the conviction that when you walk with the Lord and you're praying and you're staying prayed up, as I call it, and you're praying to him, you're talking to him about these things, if he gave you that desire, I'm not God, so I don't know if he's going to bless you with the marriage, but not my God, okay? Like, he gave me the desire. I just need to surrender to him every day. I just need to say yes to Jesus every day. So it's not a sin. Jesus doesn't love you less. He's not disappointed in you. You can't let Jesus down. You were never holding him up. I saw that quote on Pinterest. So I felt like that. That's why maybe some of you are feeling like, you know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe he's sad with me because I want another being. Am I not content in him? You can be completely content and still be like, God, I want a boo. I want somebody to love like you called us to love. And in the meantime, love the people around you. Okay. Another thing that God's teaching me is to long for Christ, because he is life. He's the bread of life. So again, when I told you about surrendering my loneliness and saying yes to Christ, I had to stop being fake. Like, God, I don't want it. I don't want it. Because people told me when you stop wanting it, he will bless you with it. And I guess I was trying to finesse and play God. I was just like, I don't want it. Like, you're going to send it? So he was like, you have longings. You feel lonely sometimes. I'm like, yeah, what do I do? Surrender it to God. So I just had to get to a point where I was like, God, meet me in my lonely places so that I can surrender them to you. Meet me in the places where I feel less than so I can surrender it to you. So help me long for you, God. And I was just reading, I'm still in my Passion and Purity book, because sometimes I have to stop and reread because it's just blessing me, and I hope it bless y'all if y'all bought it. But she was talking about manna, and the children of Israel, they're in the wilderness, and they're missing garlic and the vegetables and the meat and all that stuff they got back in Egypt, is what the book is telling. Elizabeth Elliot is talking about. And she was like, but they were missing the point. They got manna from heaven, and they start complaining. Y'all remember this in Old Testament. We're sick of manna. We don't want manna anymore. We miss the old stuff. It's like, Ri'Kaela, you need to long for the things that only God can give you. Because it's cool to want a husband. It's cool to want an opportunity. It's cool to want that card, but that's ordinary. You're a child of God. You can reach you have a God in the supernatural realm. So yeah, you can be like a non-believer, a non-child of God and get these things, or you can tap into something else that not everybody can have, that children of God have access to. You have a seat at the table. You're at a different advantage, I guess you can say. So God was teaching me, like, I have it, you need to ask for it. Like, you need to ask for some good stuff. Husband is good. Career is good. All that stuff is good. Please ask me for something that will blow your mind. And that's where I'm at. And it's just, wow. Like, it's just awesome. Last, but certainly not the least, not everything that looks good is good. Ooh, don't we all know that? And that's just so funny. I was at the gym a couple months ago. And I don't know why I call some men beautiful. Some take offense. Let me know if you think a guy would take offense for being called beautiful. But I saw this beautiful blonde man coming to the gym, and I was like, wow, he is cute. And then something just said, humans look on the outside, the outer appearance. God looks at the heart. And I was like, let me finish doing my rows because I don't have time for it. And I went home. And that's so true. And God has used that simple thing in my life, and he's like taking it everywhere. So it's not just about a guy in a relationship, because it's some really attractive men out here. But beauty is fleeting. We know that. It's some really hot females out here, guys, y'all might say. But everything that looks good isn't good. And I'm learning that with food and the way I'm eating, and I'm kind of changing the way I eat and all the sweets and stuff, because I used to eat that. Everybody who knows me, I'm a chocolate person. I'm a cookie monster. I love sweets. I don't have a sweet tooth. I have sweet teeth. All of them are sweet. But when I'm eating that stuff and I'm like, oh, it looks so good though. Oh, the bakery, Walmart, y'all just can't stop making those little cupcakes, can you? But I'm like, Ri'Kaela, that is detrimental to your fitness. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. It smells good too. Ooh, it smells good. That fried, whatever it is, smothered in whatever it smells good. It looks good, but it's not good. So that helps me saying no at the grocery store, as dumb as it may sound to you. Saying no at the grocery store to a cupcake, saying no to the donuts at Drill, that helps me in my walk with saying no to that guy he might be a man after God's heart and a Christian, but if God's giving me a no, then no. And I just believe with all my heart, all my soul, and all my mind in the God of the universe. And if he wants something for me, he wants something for you, he has it. The best answer I can hear from God is wait, because I just know he's gonna hook me up, and I know he's gonna hook you up. You wait right, Pastor James says at Word of God, you won't have to wait long. So that's the things I'm learning in singleness. It's been awesome. It's still awesome. Is it coming to the end? I don't know. It's so weird. I ask God sometimes, and he's just like, mind your business. So I'm excited, and I pray y'all are enjoying your singleness or teaching other people to be devoted to God. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, this is awesome. What I'm doing now is gonna be helpful to 6 months from now, me 2 years, 10 years. So it's awesome, and I just can't wait. But thank y'all for tuning into another video. Feel free to comment, you know, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. And I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.